Hello my friends, welcome to Breakfast with Sergio. This is episode number 105, and today I'm going to talk to you about how to protect your WordPress website from hackers. That's right my friends, I want to talk to you about how to protect your website, particularly your WordPress website, from hackers. And this is a special episode about that because yesterday my website got hacked. My website, one of my WordPress sites, got hacked, got attacked by malware, and that was a nightmare. That was a total nightmare. It totally took my website down in the worst day. I'm preparing to go to Mexico today for a whole week. And yesterday I spent hours and hours on the computer instead of doing my luggage and preparing for the trip, trying to get my website up and running, try to get it fixed. So here's what happens, my friends. Hackers use vulnerabilities that may be around on your website, particularly WordPress, because WordPress has a lot of plugins that you can put on your site. So if you have a website on WordPress, this episode is for you. It will help you, from some headaches. Now, so the way it works is hackers use plugins that may be out of date to try to get on your site and plant malicious malware. The malware could do all kinds of things, could spread from site to site in your server. It could send emails, it could do all kinds of damage, whatever the hackers may have done that malware to do. So they explore vulnerabilities in your plugins or even in WordPress itself. So it is very important that you keep up with that. So what happened in my case, a vulnerability happened, I don't know how, probably through a plugin that I did not update as soon as a new release was available. And it got into my public directory on the server where my website is hosted, and it got there, and it was identified right away by my web hosting company, but they had to take my whole account down in order to prevent the malware to move and infect other accounts. So on my websites, not only the website that was infected, but all my websites were down all day yesterday because of this problem. Now, because the way this malware was written, it would immediately start to propagate and infect others as well. So all my sites, my gallery, my personal, my business, everything else was totally invisible from the web yesterday. So that was going crazy, trying to fix it, trying to figure it out, trying to do some research, contacting the web hosting company, and finally identifying which was the bad file that was infected. I couldn't fix it myself. Of course, it's beyond my abilities, and so I had to then call some experts to come and fix it, and I end up going with a company that's called SiteLock, SITE-LOCK, SiteLock. And what they do is then they go into your account and they clean your files. They go and they do a whole sweep and check every file, make sure there's no malware there, and then they will not only do that, but also offer additional protection, which I ended up getting now. I'm paying now for a monthly protection plan, which offers 2 layers of security around all my websites. So all my websites are now covered for even future attacks. And I still, even though I have that protection, they always recommend, what you have to do to prevent these things. Always make sure that, you do it I would say now on a weekly basis. Although I was doing it every couple months, obviously that's not enough anymore. As your site gets larger, the reality is that, it becomes more susceptible to attacks. Another way in which hackers get in is through your forms. If you have a WordPress form, that sometimes there are vulnerabilities on that as well. So you have to keep your site as clean as you can. Any plugins that you're not using, delete them, even if you have them deactivated, which I found out. I had a bunch of them deactivated. They also, even if they are deactivated, they might be not up to date, and they could also present a vulnerability. So any plugin that you are not using, even if it's deactivated, you should just get rid of it, delete it. Any WordPress sites that you may have that you are not using, that maybe, which in my case too, because I'm always messing around with stuff, and I had other WordPress sites that I had made and I was not using, but I forgot to delete them. You know, those also presented big vulnerabilities for me, so I had to go back and remove all those as well. So only keeping what I need, what I use, up to date is key. And also another big recommendation is to change your password often. Use passwords that are long, that has numbers, letters, lower cases, caps, and also special characters are very useful. And then just change them quite often, you know, every 6 months or so, so that, you know, you protect yourself from hackers and from, you know, malicious malware that may be around trying to get on your website. So my friend, you know, hope this helps. It was for me a nightmare yesterday. I lost so much time, wasted so much time, where I was planning to do all kinds of other things before the trip. But, you know, in a way, thank goodness it happened the day before and not while I was gone in Mexico. Otherwise, it would have been really hard to work on my computer and get everything back up and running. So today, everything is going to be up and running. I'm happy to say that. And I feel better about, you know, the protection for my website. And, you know, something that your website is an asset, something that you've been working for so long. You adding all this content, which in my case is years and years of work, and I really don't want to see it be gone just because of a hacking attack or malware. So I'm willing to protect myself, pay the extra money to get additional protection around it through SiteLock, and you know, that's going to help me and be more at peace with that. But my friend, you know, again, if you are on a WordPress site, I would suggest you check that out. Now, if you are in the free WordPresscom, you don't have to worry about that, because WordPress.com, they make sure that they are up to date, and it is their responsibility to protect themselves against hackings if you are on that platform. I'm referring if you are in a WordPress site that you downloaded the WordPress files to your server. That's what I'm talking about. If you downloaded the WordPress files to your server and you are upkeeping your WordPress site, you know, that's what I'm talking about. For example, if you get a hosting account from iPower or Gator or from GoDaddy and so on, and you install WordPress, well, what you are getting there is the WordPress files installed in the server. That's what I'm talking about. That's where you find the vulnerabilities. That's the one that you have to keep up. But if you went to WordPress.com and you open an account there, and with WordPress.com, then you don't have to worry about that, because they keep up with that themselves. It's only if you downloaded the files to your server. So my friends, hope this message in this video helps you today. I'm on the way out. I'm super running, getting ready, heading to the airport pretty shortly. So thank you for watching this episode. I will do some reports or maybe a couple episodes from Mexico City. Hope you have a great time, great day. Please share this episode with your friends. Help someone prevent themselves, you know, from getting hacked, or if they have a WordPress site. Thank you, my friend, and we'll see you in the next episode of Breakfast with Sergio. Goodbye.